Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to watch this video. My name is Debbie, and I am from Spill the Tea Leaf Readings and more. In this video, I'm going to show you some tarot spreads for winter. Some of these spreads are about finding light in the darkness, and some are about just finding cheer. We're just getting into winter now, at least where I'm located, and I thought it would be nice to help you look at spreads that help you reevaluate while you're stuck inside, or that will help bring some positivity into your life during this darker time of year. While I chose spreads that I thought were perfect for this time of year, these spreads can be done any time of year. For anyone new to these videos, the cards I'll be showing you are just examples and I'm not reading for an actual person. It's all in service of showing you what the tarot can do for you. And of course, if you like what you see, let me know, subscribe, and maybe even get a reading with me. If that is something you're interested in, you can email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. We are starting off with our shortest spread. This daily positivity spread from the Tarot Professor requires only 3 cards. As the name suggests, this is a good one to use for your daily pull. I think I'd like to use it at the end of the day as part of my daily reflections. For this example, we have the Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Five of Wands. The queen is something wonderful about life. This could represent a specific person, or maybe it's representative of how you feel nurtured by your loved ones. Something to be glad about today. On the surface, the Wheel of Fortune card, when reversed, doesn't feel positive. But when things go wrong, that's when you get to work your magic and fix things, or at least learn from them and grow as a result. So I think this is saying that things didn't go great today, but you learned from it and are a better person for making it through to the other side. Finally, I think this card is linked to the last. There must have been a challenge you faced today that you are grateful for because it provided you that learning opportunity. This 4-card spread from Tarot Parlor invites you to really sit with this one as you go through it. I'm not going to do the meditation piece of this, but if you choose to use this, feel free to devote more time to it than I am about to. The Five of Swords is showing up for Hibernate. This is about sitting with your losses, especially those that play over and over in your head and might even bring you some shame. We all have these, and while it is important not to repress it, it is time to put this one to bed, so to speak. The Ten of Pentacles is your contemplate card, a reminder that you have a lot going for you right now. This could refer to family, to wealth, or to both. Take a look around at all the things you have and look to the people in your life that make you feel richer and really take time to bask in all of them. Protect the Page of Pentacles. Pages are generally more innocent. This page is all about opportunity and therefore hope. Protect your hopes and your dreams. Or take the card super literally and protect your wealth, because he's holding on to that coin. And finally, the Nine of Swords is something to let go of. I do love the symmetry that came up with this spread. We have the pentacles in the middle flanked by swords. It's almost worth asking if what's being referenced in the last card relates to the first. In this last card, you must let go of something for good, whereas in the first, it might not be time for that yet, but both things may keep you up at night or bring you guilt. In the case of the last card, I think this is trying to tell you that whatever you're holding on to has turned into a health hazard by stressing you out and occupies far too much space in your brain. It's time to let it go so that you can move on. That's probably also why the Ten of Pentacles showed up where it did. You really have to think of all the good things in order to let the bad ones go sometimes. Hermit's Mirror brings us this What's Good tarot spread and uses 5 cards. First, notice how the cards are laid out. It's a little tricky. Our first card is Death. So what's good? Something is coming to an end. Probably a good thing considering what the spread is all about. How have you helped to make it so? The Devil reversed is the answer here. This card can be about detachment. So you got yourself out of a bad relationship or situation. That's amazing. The King of Pentacles is what's waiting for your next move. This could be a literal person waiting for you to start your next chapter, a new lover, a new boss, a friend who has your back, someone who is grounded and probably gives great advice. Now, this may also be about you. You have to embrace these qualities in yourself so that you are able to make your next move. The Page of Cups reverse is your next card representing how your next move will turn out. I usually see this card as jealousy or moodiness, but maybe this is about over romanticizing things. Your next move takes you overboard. You try just a little too hard. This could be a good or a bad thing depending on what we're talking about and who else is involved. How will you know when to take that next move? The King of Cups will show you the way. He is very sympathetic and really in tune with others as well as his own emotions. So I would say this means you'll just feel when it's time. Pay attention to yourself and those around you. Don't wait too long. When you feel it, don't question it. Just go for it. Here is another 5 card spread inviting us to be positive in this time of relative darkness. The Welcoming Happiness spread is from Emerald Lotus. I love that we're starting with the High Priestess. Again, pay attention to how you lay the cards out here. It may be tempting to start with the Page of Cups, but we are starting in the middle of the top row. How can you accept joy into your life? The High Priestess is all about trusting oneself. She is telling you that the joy is already here, you just have to acknowledge it. The Page of Cups is an obstacle preventing you from welcoming happiness. Look, this kid is preoccupied with the fish in the cup. He's waiting for it to do a trick. The fish is a symbol for intuition and psychic abilities, but I'm relating it to that fish, that wish fish fairy tale. The guy catches a magic fish and releases it. The fish, as a reward, grants him a wish. He goes back over and over again because nothing is ever good enough and ends up circling back to nothing by the end of the story. Don't be that guy. Don't wait for someone to magically fix your problems for you because it won't happen. You need to fix them yourself. Okay, the Emperor Reverse is our next card about overcoming this obstacle. When the Emperor is reversed, he can represent chaos or at least a lack of order. So don't worry about the rules or routine. Shake it up a little to get what you need. I mean, don't break the law, but don't be so rigid either. The Queen of Swords is intelligent, a problem solver, and a tell it to you straight kind of person. And so are you. That is why you're worthy of happiness. Oh boy, the Ten of Swords is one of the scariest cards and not one I'd equate with happiness, but this is all about endings. Let go of what is no longer working, kill what's no longer working, not a person, but maybe a relationship. By ending something in your life, happiness can be part of a new beginning. We have our first 6 card spread, and this one is from incandescenttarot.com. One thing worth noticing about the spread is that after you put down card number 1, you're basically placing the other cards around it in a big smile. I didn't notice this for myself until I did it, and this picture doesn't quite do the smile justice, but it's there. Hey, and so is the Justice card. Look at that coincidence. Let's start at the beginning with the Eight of Swords, which is something truly magical about yourself. This is not going to sound positive, but it can be, I promise you. You magically bind yourself all the time, which means it's all in your head and you can unbind yourself just as easily. A past accomplishment to be proud of is that you have really been there for someone else. You are a dependable shoulder to cry on, maybe for a good friend. Here's that Justice card telling us that you make a positive impact on those you love by being a moral compass and always telling them the truth. One of your greatest skills is the King of Swords reversed. This feels like it flies in the face of the last card. One of your greatest skills is lying. There, I said it. You're really good with words, but you use them to your advantage, even when those words are untruthful. I guess you never do this with those you love, though. Oh, maybe you're a lawyer. Sorry, everyone. I've been binge watching Ally McBeal. A lawyer joke was just sitting there waiting for me. Okay, something you're doing well and should not give up on is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You're really good at finding opportunities for others, even if those for yourself continue to slip through your fingers. And finally, to care for yourself, we have the Nine of Wands reversed. This is telling you that you need to let it go. Time to put down the stick and walk away from whatever it was that has caused you pain. Holding on to it will not help, it will just make you paranoid. So, this definitely feels like a reading for Ally McBeal herself. Sorry. The Inward Spiral Tarot spread is from glasswitchcottage.com and is asking us to look within. You may notice that these cards look familiar, and that is because I just mixed up the same cards from last time. Justice is the winter work that you should be focusing on. This is telling us that you need to get all your ducks in a row this winter. Slowing you down is the King of Swords reversed. So this may be a person who keeps throwing tasks at you or is even belittling you, making you feel like you can't handle what you certainly can. 3 is the Nine of Wands reversed. This is telling you that you need to trust yourself and stop looking over your shoulder. You are the resource that you need. The next step to take is a methodical one. The Knight of Pentacles is a planner and takes things nice and slow, but always gets the job done by having at least one foot on the ground at all times. The Eight of Swords is how to best support your work within the rest of your life. Just like with the last spread, this is all about being in your head. You can support your work by not creating traps for yourself. You put the swords there, you can take them down. And finally, the Ace of Pentacles reverse is a message about your work. This is all about how you've been squandering opportunities that have been handed to you. Get your ducks in a row, believe in yourself, and take what you've been given and turn it into something amazing for you. Our last 6-card spread for today comes from Elvin on the Tarot Forum and is the Dark Self spread. So this is also looking within and is really starting to delve into shadow work. The Magician reverse is the darkness within. This can be about you self-sabotaging yourself. You have potential, but you keep blocking yourself from reaching it. The source of the darkness is the Three of Pentacles. Look, this is usually about teamwork and collaboration, but clearly in this case, others have prevented you from reaching your full potential too. Probably because you let them. You lean on others and hide behind them. The face of darkness is the Six of Pentacles. You are a giver, but does anyone give to you? Keep some metaphorical spoons for yourself, please. Making this worse is the Knight of Wands. He is feeding the darkness. Who is this knight? Is it someone you collaborate with? Is it a friend or family member who is actually helping to hold you back? Normally, this knight is a bold adventurer and they are very passionate, but maybe their fire outshines you or even burns you, so you allow them to lead the way and get all the attention so that you don't get swept up and hurt. How this benefits you is the Six of Wands. So you do get victories here, which is a nice ego boost, but if you're sharing it when you could get the victory on your own, is it worth it? Our final card is a Chariot reversed. This card is about not having direction or doing too many things at once that can impede your progress. So in order to restore balance and harmony to your life, you need to find a single focus. And based on that very first card, I would say that focus should be figuring out how to live up to your full potential. This light and shadow spread comes to us from innergoddesstarot.com and has 8 cards. As you can see, winter is a great time for some introspection. Isn't it nice to have a spread where the card order is obvious? Okay, what do you need to see in yourself is the Eight of Pentacles reverse. This is telling me that you have gotten sloppy or maybe even given up. You are just going through the motions in life, but you don't realize it. The Two of Cups is about nurturing this or releasing it. This spread is giving us an option based on how we read that first card, which is nice. So you probably want to release this by finding a partner. When the Two of Cups is reversed, it can speak of loneliness, and the cure for that is finding someone to connect you. It's usually romantic, but it doesn't have to be. This could be about finding a hiking buddy or a work spouse, just as much as it could be about finding a romantic partner. What can you reveal about yourself to the world is the Ace of Wands. Yes, show the world how awesome you are. You are an inspiration, you are creative, and you are singular. What do you need to keep for yourself? Well, that would be your dreams and wishes. The Seven of Cups is all about options too. Either way, some things are just for you, and don't we all need our dreams to help us make it through the day sometimes? Next, we have the Three of Cups reverse, and this is all about having a private celebration. So take time for yourself to get you through a shadow period. This could take the form of a gratitude journal or a dance party of one. How can you add light to the world is the Empress. She is the ultimate mother and she is oozing abundance. She just makes things happen and encourages growth. You can do that for others too. And by the way, how nicely does that tie back to the Ace of Wands? If you're an inspiration and the world needs to know that, you may as well add light into the world by inspiring and guiding others. Okay, the last 2 cards are guidance from specific major arcana cards. I suppose you could use those 2 cards instead of pulling random ones for your spread, but by doing the latter, you get some nuance. The High Priestess is represented here by the King of Wands reversed. He is charismatic, but for his own ends only. The High Priestess is reminding you to steer clear of this person lest they steal your light. It's all well and good to inspire others, but if you inspire this king, things will not go well. And finally, we have the Hierophant standing in for the Star. The Star is often about hope and renewal. The Hierophant is often about traditions and belief systems. So here, the guidance is that you can always start over as long as you have an anchor you can go back to when needed. All right, we have our last spread today, and it is a nice big 12 card spread. It is so big that I had to spread the queries between two slides. Here is the first half of the spread. And here's the second half. This Cold True Tarot spread is from tarotwithgourd.com. This one is more suited to the beginning of winter. I purposely stayed away from winter solstice spreads because I wanted you to be able to use these at any point during the season. This one isn't specific to the solstice, but really addresses winter as a whole. So the best time to use this one is December or early January. All right, let's dive into the spread. The moon is our current winter standpoint, letting us know where you stand emotionally and or spiritually, which is perfect because this is what the moon is all about. I'm going to interpret this a little different for this position than I would normally interpret this card. You are currently going with the tides. Your emotions and spirituality are shifting as the world turns, but that is normal. The King of Wands is what needs to be released during winter. All right, look, everyone needs a break, and so do kings apparently. Stop trying to be leader. It's okay to let someone else take charge. Even if everyone loves you and wants you to lead, you need a break. So take a step back. Wisdom gained from the autumn season is the Seven of Wands. The fall was hard. You had to give up something that you really wanted for yourself, but that allowed you to learn something about yourself too. Your winter focus is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. He is stubborn, so stick to your guns this winter. You gave up something in the fall so you could do something else. Stick with it through the winter as well. What is a challenge? The High Priestess. She can be secretive, and you find it really challenging not knowing how things are going to end up. That might have something to do with why the moon is showing up as our first card here too. You're forced to go with the flow, and it is really bugging you. I love that the Sun card is our melting card here. What strategy does this suggest for melting your challenge? The Sun is reminding you to stay positive and even to enjoy yourself. Looking at the back half of the spread, we start with the Fool as our seventh card, an opportunity for growth and transformation. Basically, another reminder to go with the flow and be a little more carefree. This goes really well with what we've looked at in this spread so far. The Nine of Swords is how you can seize winter's opportunities. I'm going to interpret this one very literally. The winter is a great time to cry it out. Let the feelings wash over you so you can get it out of your system. By doing this, you'll be more ready to move on. Our ninth card is the Four of Swords reversed. For self-development and personal growth, you can't just sit back and wait for it to come. It's time to use what little daylight there is to your advantage here. Start making the changes you want to see for yourself. This isn't a time for rest. The Hierophant reverse is showing up for a cozy balance. Believe in yourself. It's that simple. The Ace of Wands reverse is how winter relationships will evolve during winter. They won't, which is okay if you're working on yourself. Just let people know that you need some space, lest they think you're freezing them out. And finally, what is the overall theme of your winter? The world is letting us know that you will get closure, that you are coming to the end of a chapter and will be ready to start anew in the spring. Amazing. I did not plan that one, but how perfect. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed learning these spreads, and I hope you are able to enjoy your winter. If you are interested in getting a reading, please email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. In my next video, I'll highlight a different type of spread, and I do hope you join me for that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment below if you want me to cover something specific sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful day.